Communication, independence, and courage are key factors for the success of a peacekeeping nation, particularly one on a world stage with great responsibility like in the United Nations. Throughout history, Canada has displayed all of these things when dealing with international relations, therefore making them a strong candidate for the position of advisor within the United Nations. Beginning in early World War I, Canada displayed the ability to communicate on an international level when it cooperated with Britain, France, and Belgium in the battles of Ypres and Somme. Given that Canadian soldiers were there by volunteer at the time, it demonstrated a level of bravery and dedication to Britain. The battles of Vimy Ridge and Passchendaele both resulted in a successful capture, both of which were perceived as nearly impossible. These are the two battles that demonstrated Canada's maturity and ability to hold its own, therefore providing independence and placing it in world politics. Because of Canada's success in World War I, Prime Minister Sir Robert Borden was determined to ensure that Canada held a seat separate from the mother country, Britain, at the Paris Peace Conference in 1919. This resulted in Canadian participation in the League of Nations, where the ability to handle international affairs was shown. Given Canada's near respected role on the world stage, it was reluctant to participate in the beginning of World War II. However, it did set up training camps for pilots in Saskatchewan to prepare the Allied soldiers for the Battle of Britain. This shows that Canada was able to keep out of international conflict while supporting the war. Also, Canadian industrial output proved to be vital in the Allied victory, particularly in the later part of the war. Canada displayed a great deal of courage in the later part of World War II as they fought on the side of the Allies and were an asset. Canada made strong war advances in Italy and the Netherlands and held its ground at D-Day. After World War II, Canada was a founding member of the United Nations. A Canadian man named John Humphrey was a leading author of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, and which was arguably the most important declaration to be held at international level. During the Cold War, Canada was a participant in the NATO agreement, which allied them with the United States and Western European countries, demonstrating communication and peacekeeping internationally. Furthermore, NORAD and the DEW line connected Canada to the United States and established a proper codependent relationship, one that continues today. The Korean War in 1950 was another turning point in the establishment of solid international relations with Canada, as there were more than 25,000 soldiers sent to support South Korea. This was in response to the UN calling for assistance, demonstrating Canada's courage and support. This support is also shown when Lester B. Pearson proposed to the UN General Assembly to send a collaborative team of multinational soldiers in response to the Suez Crisis in Egypt. This later resulted in the award of the Nobel Peace Prize for him for his effort in the establishment of a solution to the Suez Crisis. Throughout history, Canada has established itself a strong nation, particularly through its successes in World War I and World War II, making an independent country and showing the utmost courage. This is why Canada is the best candidate for the position of UN Advisor for International Involvement.